What's up, everyone? This is Mark and Tim. You're watching another edition of Ring Rants. Today, we're going to be talking about a few of the matches on the undercard of SummerSlam 2015. And boy, they stacked the card this year. This SummerSlam is huge.
Yes.
You know, I like seeing that because it gives gives other wrestlers a chance that we normally wouldn't see on a pay-per-view. So, although it seems like for now SummerSlam is really not that big of a deal, it's had some really memorable and historic SummerSlams in the past, but now they're definitely making it like a WrestleMania type thing for the summer. So
definitely the fact that they extended it to 4 hours long, added 10 matches to the card.
That's crazy. That is pretty much like WrestleMania.
I just hope that they give the matches the proper time that they deserve.
Yeah, definitely. Because there's some good ones, man. There's definitely some good ones.
Definitely.
One of the first the first one we're going to talk about is the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team title match with Primetime Players facing off against Los Matadors, Lucha Dragons, and New Day. Now, they've been going back and forth with PTP and New Day as the main feud, and every once in a while they're throwing in Matadors and Lucha Dragons, and honestly, I think you gotta watch out for Lucha Dragons with this one because they've been entertaining the crowd. They're working really hard in their matches, and you know, as much as I love PTP, such a great team and such a deserving couple of wrestlers that deserve some kind of mega push, you know, and they got it with this tag team title ring. But you gotta watch out for the Lucha Dragons because they're starting to really get up there in popularity.
Yeah, and they're quick too.
Oh yes, and they're exciting to watch, and you know, they appeal to the general wrestling audience, so you have to kind of keep an eye on them. New Day's coming around on me a little bit. I'm still more annoyed by them than anything, but they do play good heels, and they are a good counter to Primetime Players, because, you know, Primetime Players are all about having fun and getting the crowd into it, and in New Day's these sarcastic heels, and, you know, we have, you know, the right way of doing things, and we're shoving it down your throat, so.
The Los Matadors, they're just kind of thrown in there.
Yeah, they're kind of thrown in there, and it was weird. It was Raw that they had that big, like, 8-man tag or whatever, and it was Primetime Players and Lucha Dragons on one side, and Los Matadors and New Day on the other side. It was weird seeing Matadors work as heels, because technically they're on the heel side, and they did kind of the heel tactics in a tag match, which is really awkward and really weird, and then ended up going back to their kind of face stuff because El Torito fought with New Day and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it's not too big of a deal, but it was interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy the way the direction is going with Primetime Players, that they're building them up to be role models and stuff, so it's good to see them in that light.
Yeah, definitely.
It's good to see them finally have the tag team titles.
For sure. Long overdue, too. They should have been tag team champions a couple of years ago, if you ask my opinion.
Oh, yeah, sure. Definitely.
As far as this match goes, it could be really good. You got a lot of versatility in the teams here. You know, PTP's your typical, you know, well-oiled machine of a tag team. Los Matadors and Lucha Dragons do the high-flying stuff, and just the quick wrestling. And then you have New Day, obviously, with the heel tactics and, you know, all that kind of thing. So
yeah, because depending on who's going to be in the match between the New Day, they always switch out all the time. So you could have Big E and Xavier, or Big E and Kofi. Yeah. Usually Xavier's out there to antagonize people outside the ring.
Yeah, I like him in that role.
Grab at people's ankles and trip them.
Yeah, I like him in that role. I think if it was Kofi, it would just look kind of goofy, and Big E, it's hard to take him, like, serious in that role, but Xavier, he's such, like, if he wasn't going anywhere as a wrestler, I could see him as a manager, and just being that annoying manager, kind of like a Bill Alfonso, like he was in ECW with RVD.
Yeah.
I was just in your face, blowing that whistle, and just screaming and shouting, like, I could see Xavier Woods doing something like that, and he'd be really good at it.
Definitely.
So, as far as this match, I think it'll be really good. you got to be careful with these multi-team matches because they can kind of drag, and you get a lot of stalemates, and sometimes can be a little brutal to watch. But I think if you get the right mix of people in, you can have some good spots. As far as who I think is going to win, it's really a toss up between Primetime Players and Lucha Dragons. I think Primetime Players because they want to solidify this tag team title run and make them kind of, the tag team to reckon with. And then Lucha Dragons, if they want to go like a new direction, they would be the team to start that with. So I'm mixed on those two.
Yeah. I'd say between Primetime Players and New Day, since they've been pushing New Day a lot.
Right.
More for the Primetime Players, just let them retain because they have such good momentum going and just keep the momentum going and they're entertaining again. So
yeah, they do have momentum. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I'll go with my prediction being Primetime Players. Definitely not taken away from Lucha Dragons though. Like they need to have a good showing just to kind of solidify like, hey, they're a good team. In a way, I wish this was elimination. So maybe you get like Lucha Dragons eliminate New Day, and that gets them like on the map. Like, oh my God, this team took out a former tag team champion. Yeah, and then maybe Matadors gets like a lucky roll up on Lucha Dragons, and then just PTP makes quick work of them.
It'd be something if it was like a tornado tag for the 4-way.
That'd be amazing.
Then everybody would be in the ring at the same time.
That'd be sick.
But we don't really know like what the format's going to be until we actually watch it.
Right.
So as far as we know, it's just a fatal 4-way.
Yeah.
I go Primetime Players for the win. Yeah. Millions of dollars.
So we're in agreement on there. Next match, I'm guessing we probably won't be too much in agreement here because we're definitely on the opposite side of things. It is Kevin Owens versus Cesaro. Yep. Don't worry, he's not doing anything messed up. He's just showing off his Kevin Owens.
Fight, Owens, fight!
Yeah.
Kevin Owens and Cesaro. Man, these guys have been going back and forth. This random feud that just started out of nothing and became gold. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, and people whining and complaining, like, what are they going to do with Kevin Owens after his feud with John Cena because it was so good and he had so many high-quality matches? Well, they give him Cesaro, who is a wrestling highlight tape in, a human body. Like, the guy is amazing, and he's getting the momentum he needs. I wonder if my only concern is are these Cesaro section signs like planet signs by WWE to help, or are these literally just fans banding together and bringing signs? Like
literally fans.
I hope so, because that was the WrestleMania that Daniel Bryan had his little 8-second match with Sheamus. Like, those fans that brought those yes signs, like, legit fought it out and brought all those signs. Yeah. Like, that wasn't a plan from WWE. I'd like to think that fans are starting to get on the Cesaro bandwagon, and perhaps he's gaining that popularity. But it also wouldn't surprise me if WWE did stuff like that, because they've done it before. One example is when the stupid storyline where they shaved Molly Holly's head, and they're starting to try to get that egghead chant going, or get that little phrase with Molly Holly. They literally gave out signs that said egghead to the fans when they were coming in during those shows. So that makes me worry, but at the very least, he's still getting Cesaro. He's still getting a good reaction, and he's just putting on matches that are phenomenal. And he's showing, like, WWE should focus on wrestling.
And he's definitely getting more charisma. He's interacting more with the fans, like jumping in the crowd. And people think, oh, he doesn't, people don't get behind him. Well, look at him. People are really excited to see him now.
Yeah, definitely.
Just right as he comes down to the ring, everybody's like, yeah. People are always doing the Cesaro, dance, whatever the heck they're doing.
His little arm thing. Yeah, his little taunt.
Do that all the time. They act like him. And Cesaro section signs.
Yeah. And then, like, as far as Kevin Owens goes, they got the making of a future top heel in him, and they gotta, keep that going. Where whether or not he wins this match or not, they gotta keep him in the fold and keep him relevant by doing these things that gets under the fan's skin like he can do. You know, provide these great matches because that's what's going to stick out to those fans, but allow him to get on the mic and work against a babyface or let him attack one or something like that.
The fact that Kevin Owens is doing double duties, he's wrestling the night before at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn and then SummerSlam, it's like, wow, man, they must really see something behind him because the fans want to see him. That he's going to be working 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
The fact that after his match with Finn Balor in a ladder match, you're going to think, is that going to take a lot out of him, but he's still going to go out there and fight because that's what he does. He fights Owens' fight.
Yeah.
So I just hope it's a great match. I hope they pull out all the stops for that match and just have a classic feud. I hope they keep it going.
Yeah, I like to see this match happen a couple more times, especially, you know, if we get the match we want out of this one. On paper, Kevin Owens versus Cesaro sounds like, you know, an indie wrestling fan's dream.
Yeah,
you know?
Did they ever work together in Ring of Honor? Most likely.
They might have. I'm not 100% sure. They gotta have history together, or maybe they were like this close from it, because I know Cesaro was in it for a while, and then Owens came in, and that's when, you know, his popularity started. But as far as this match, it's hard to kind of predict because you have 2 different things going on. You have the momentum with Cesaro, and you want to keep that up because you want to just keep that crowd hot for Cesaro and make him relevant. But at the same time, Owens has lost twice on pay-per-view. And it's never good to lose, you know, 2, 3, or 4 times in a row. That really can hurt a character. And he can only do so much to kind of rebuild what was lost by losing multiple times in a row. But, so it's tough for me to predict this one.
Yeah, because they're both great, talented wrestlers. You want them both to have that SummerSlam moment, but at what cost? Because
you don't want to see any of them lose momentum. You don't want to see Cesaro lose, you know, this crowd reaction he's getting. And then you don't want to see Owens slip so far down that people don't, you know, remember him, or kind of, not that they don't remember him, but don't remember what he had with John Cena. And, like, that's the character he can be, this unstoppable force that took out John Cena, his first match, official match.
Yeah.
But I guess if I'm, you know, picking and I have to choose, my guess is on Cesaro, just because I think it's easier to capitalize, or I think it's more like WWE to capitalize on someone who is getting tons of cheers and someone who is getting over with the crowd, and they're seeing it time and time again, so it's like, well, why not have Cesaro win?
Yeah, because they're trying this new face turn with Cesaro, so they want to have him look really good for the fans.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I would like to see Owens win it, but who knows? Owens could win his night on Saturday at TakeOver. So if he wins at least one match, either the TakeOver match or the SummerSlam match, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Either way, so just give Owens a chance, you know.
I think it could easily be the match of the night. Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
Just those two working together.
There's going to be a chance of this is awesome all night.
So the next one is a match that I know you and me both, and along with Jess, we're both really looking forward to this because who's in it? Stardust and King Barrett versus Adrian Neville, Stephen Amell, the Green Arrow.
This city.
Like, this has been a long time brewing for Steven. He's a big wrestling fan, and he's been wanting to get involved with WWE or with Raw in some way, shape, or form for the last, 3 or 4 years. And now he's getting a chance. And honestly, people kind of crap on, actors and people outside of the wrestling fold when they come in and get involved with wrestling. But, to me, that's valid for, the weird talk show host that they bring in, not like Jon Stewart. Yeah, or the reality TV stars. I hate that. But if you do your research, you find out that not only does Stephen Amell take his role as the Arrow on his show very seriously, where he trains his ass off. Like, he's in good shape. He does these crazy trainings just to get ready for a TV show where, he might not do, like, all his stunts, but he does some crazy stuff on there. Yeah. And he's such a big wrestling fan, too, where I can see, like, down the line, if he was done with, TV acting and stuff, he could be a wrestler. He's got the look for it. And his little backstage moment with Triple H, he was intense against Triple H. Like,
yeah, he's like, I don't care what papers I have to sign, just make the match.
That was amazing. Like, it takes a lot of wrestlers years to get that kind of, like, presence on a mic to sound that good. It takes him over and over. That was the first time we've seen him, like, have, like, true mic work. Yeah. And he was, like, all up in Triple H's grill and just giving it back to him. And it was amazing. It wasn't, like, cheesy like a lot of times when, the actor comes in or the famous celebrity comes in. And it just looks stupid.
Yeah, because the fact is, they always get all these guest stars and these movie stars from TV shows and movies because it's just a payday, or they're there to promote their movie or show or anything. Stephen Amell, he wasn't there really to promote Arrow. Like, yeah, we know that he's from Arrow, but he has been claiming, hey, WWE, I would like to host Raw, like all these other guest hosts, but actually kind of get involved somehow. And since that they have the Stardust, he's playing the supervillain, and Neville is supposed to be the superhero, and he plays a superhero, and it's the summertime, summer superhero movies all the time, and everything. The fact that he's an avid fan and is willing to actually get in the ring, train a little bit to actually wrestle, hey, let him do it. Yeah. I guarantee you this will be better than having Snooki wrestle at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was absolute trash. Like, the redeeming quality was Trish Stratus being there.
Yeah.
Because, obviously a great female wrestler in her own rights. But this match, you have to give it to Arrow and Neville just because it's the classic superheroes versus supervillains. Stardust messing with Arrow, for the last few months. I like to see him get a few moves on Stardust or Barrett just to get the crowd going. Like, oh my God. Like, let him hit like a Hurricane or something. Something crazy that you wouldn't expect him to do. Train him in those, like, 2 or 3 moves.
It's like, because, like, the whole way the match is going to go, like, being that he's not really a wrestler, but he'll get a few spots in here and there, but Neville, the wrestler, will be doing most of the work.
Yeah.
I don't know who they'll give the pinfall to. It'd be nice to see the Arrow pin Stardust, or to see Neville pin him, or have one pin Barrett and one pin Stardust.
Yeah, do like the double pin like that. That'd be fun. Now, here's the burning question for us comic book fans, though. Does he come out as Green Arrow? Like, how freaking awesome would that be?
Well, he said that in a recent interview. He said that it would be kind of hard to wear the leather pants, but
they can make him something. Cause, like,
he said that he has something in store for us.
It would just be cool. Like, give him the hoodie, give him the mask, and then just give him some kind of wrestling, some kind of pants you can wrestle in or something. Yeah. I don't know. Like, give him that Arrow look, because that's what we know him as.
He said it's going to be theatric. He said there's going to be an entrance, and it's going to be something that the fans will remember. So
cannot wait.
Yeah, it's one match that I've been looking forward to. I'm a big fan of Arrow. I've been watching it all the time. So it's great to really see this guy actually fulfill one of his dreams and actually get in there and wrestle.
Right. So as far as the match, I think we're both in agreement, Neville and Arrow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now the last one, we ain't gonna agree upon. We might beat each other up on.
Follow the buzzards.
Believe in 2/3 of the Shield. It's Ambrose and Reigns versus Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper.
Yeah.
Holy cow, dude! These set of 2 teams need a win, like, just to solidify them with the fans again, because, like, on their own, Ambrose, Reigns has been good. Wyatt obviously has been good. Harper's kind of been hit and miss. he was up for a little bit when he was involved with the Authority storyline back in late last year. Yeah. And then he's been kind of flux. He had that little tag team with Rowan again. And Rowan got hurt.
Tore his biceps, so Rowan's out.
Yeah.
But who knows? I'm kind of hoping that maybe he shows up on Sunday but not really do anything. But just say, hey, the whole family's back together.
Yeah, so
who knows?
This is a little bit of, Shield versus Wyatt thing where,
2.0,
the crowd will be hot for it, I would imagine, just because of who's in it. I don't know what more you can say, because I think it kind of speaks for itself. It's, 2/3 of the Shield, 2/3 of the Wyatt family, and you trust that these guys will put on a great match. And they will. I certainly have no doubts about that. What concerns me is what happens to the losing team afterwards. Do they become a little irrelevant to the fans, or even worse, drop to the lower cards?
No, because I had a rumor that there's going to be a heel turn between either Dean Ambrose or Roman Reigns.
See, they rumor that all the time though, I take it with a grain of salt at this point, because they rumor it, but it never happens. Now that would certainly shake things up, and that would certainly make things interesting.
Roman
and like,
Reigns turned on Dean Ambrose, or if Dean Ambrose turned on Roman Reigns, they need another big heel in there, because I heard that Seth Rollins is going to be turning babyface soon.
Yeah, I know that rumor, him facing off with Triple H, but I think you have big time heels there. I don't think you necessarily need to turn Ambrose and Reigns heel, just because you still need your big baby faces, and besides John Cena, he's there. That's his spot.
Hope it's a great match.
I think it should be.
I'm a big Wyatt guy, so I want to see them do good. But on the flip side, I kind of want to see, Ambrose and Reigns do good, because you always see them lose and win, and interferences here and there. Come on, just get a good, clean win. Yeah. No shady business.
Yeah, just leave it between these guys.
Let the better team win.
Yeah, whatever that may be. But it's wishful thinking, but let the interference come from Eric Rowan and Seth Rollins, and then have the whole Shield and Wyatt family. But that's not happening, so I gotta...
Rowan most likely could come back, depending on how he is injury-wise. Seth Rollins is too busy with Cena, and he's on his own now. So eventually down the line, I'd like to see the Shield reunite and the Wyatts and just keep doing it. But then again, it's kind of getting old. I kind of want to see them break off and start doing other stuff.
I don't know.
Start giving them tag team title shots.
Yeah, I guess, but you could do that even with them being reunited. You go back to the Reigns and Seth Rollins, being a tag team, and then I'd love to see fantasy wrestling booking right here is Reigns and Seth Rollins as tag team champions and Ambrose as WWE champion.
That'd be nice.
That'd be pretty sweet. But as far as this match, I think it's pretty obvious who I'm pulling for. I'm kind of wearing it right now.
Me too. Follow the buzzards. It had to be you. It had to be you. Anyone but you, Roman.
See, I still don't dig this Bray Wyatt and Reigns thing. It seems so random. There's no lead up to it. I get it that he came out and messed with Roman during his match.
Roman Reigns was supposed to be the hero. There are no heroes. There are only villains.
But yeah, so hopefully this match ends it. Give Ambrose and Reigns the win, please, and let Bray Wyatt harass someone else.
Sister Abigail awaits them. Follow the buzzards. Yeah. This is going to be a great match regardless.
Yeah, certainly. All right. So, guys, let us know what you think. Do you agree with us? Disagree? Like the page. Subscribe. All that business. I don't need to say it.
Yeah.
Alex will say it plenty in the next video, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You've been watching Ring Rants.
Yep. Good night, guys. Or good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are.